Hey guys, this is Coach Tony Robinson and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I am a certified life coach and I have here today TJ Loftin. I'm going to let TJ introduce himself and tell you guys a little bit about himself before we get started. So, go ahead, brother.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thomas TJ Loftin. I started off as a celebrity car builder, building lowriders for a lot of rap videos, movies, and TV shows. I later branched off into becoming a motivational speaker because I'm very good with real estate. So I became a recent published author of Monetizing Gentrification after I traveled the country doing about 22 states so far to find out what's going on with gentrification in the black community and how is it affecting our black businesses and our black people, period. So that's me.
And before we get started, tell them where they can find you and follow you at.
Okay, you can find me at all my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Please click like and subscribe on all of those and share some videos if you care. At Thomas TJ Loftin, that's Loftin, Thomas TJ Loftin. And you can go to my website at thomastjloftin.com. Again, Loftin. If you're interested in doing some business with me, some coaching consultations, I can be reached at area code 310-619-3954.
All right, thank you for letting the people know where they can contact you and get in touch with you and interact. So I asked him to, talk on my YouTube channel because I feel like, I told you guys I was going to be coming with different, topics anyway. And so this is very, very important that we speak on a lot of the things that we're going to talk about, especially for our black people out there that, may not know what's going on. We just want to kind of educate you and, we're just going to have a cool little conversation going on and you guys, listen and leave comments at the end of the video and all that good stuff. Make sure y'all subscribe. Keep me going. Keep me coming back. But anyway, we're going to get started. And I'm going to just let him go ahead and, throw some stuff out there. And then we just going to have this conversation. Okay? All right. So go ahead and let's, talk about what's going on in our communities right now with the whole gentrification.
Oh, okay.
And let's start there.
Well, what's going on in our communities from a national perspective, meaning from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the South to the North, things that are greatly affecting black people is gentrification right now. It's destroying homes, it's creating homelessness, it's destroying families, and most importantly, it's destroying us as a people. Those of us who don't know what's going on and what type of solutions are there. So that's what we're going to discuss. I like to talk about that.
Okay, so, as a lot of you know, especially here in California, the rent is just ridiculous. And, every year it just get crazier and crazier, which are pushing a lot of families out of their homes, becoming homeless. And not just, this is like whole families,
Right.
I see it a lot because I actually feed downtown LA.
Wow.
Probably
That's deep.
maybe
That's
4 to 6 times out the year.
Okay.
So now that I'm going down there now, I'm starting to see more and more families. I'm starting to see children more.
Right.
And these people, you can tell the difference from the ones that have mental illness and
Right.
things like that, kind of are down there for whatever reasons or whatever, the drug addicts and things like that. But when you see people down there that just couldn't afford to pay their rent anymore because it just
Right.
went up so high, that's heartbreaking, to have to, see that. And it's like, what can we do? Like, what do you think we could do as a whole, as a people, as a community to, make
Stop
sure that
this.
we're okay?
First, we got to find out what is the problem, and I mapped out the problems, I mapped out the solutions, and I also mapped out what was the cause. So back in the early 90s the late 90s, early 2000s, when Bush came in office, Bush Jr. came in and said he wanted every American to be a homeowner, right? Immediately, as an investor or real estate guru, I knew to get in position. Told my ex, I said, I need you to quit your job and get your real estate license because we about to make some money. And what ended up happening was when the president makes a statement like that, that means he's going to work closely with lending institutions to find out what does it take to make everybody a homeowner. Mm-hmm. So I knew that when they talk about stuff like that, they're usually talking to white people. They're not really talking to us. They say every American. They don't consider us Americans. So I already knew there's going to be some good stuff happening for those who know and some bad stuff. So fast forward the story. They created a lot of bogus loans, interest-only loans. They used those loans to come in to target black communities. So now you have black homeowners whose houses were paid off or almost paid off. So they came in and said, hey, we got these new loans out. These adjustable rate mortgages. We'll give you $50,000, $200,000 out of your house, and your mortgage will go down, $1,000 a month. Now, I will tell you, average person, that was a win-win. They're like, you gonna give me $100,000 in equity out of my house, and my mortgage is gonna go down? But what they did is they took them out of those fixed rate mortgages and put them in adjustable rate mortgages, meaning your mortgage is gonna be $800 a month for the next 3 years, and then it jumps up to $4,000. Well, you don't qualify for $4,000. So that's how they start dismantling the black community. And now you got people who was fighting to save their homes, who didn't think they were going to lose their homes because some attorney was telling them that, oh, no, you're going to be able to save this house. So next thing you know, the attorney disappeared. The people lost their house. Bank shows up and locks them out of the house. Next thing you know, they're out on the streets. They're embarrassed. They can't go to family because they're like, well, you drive a brand new BMW. How you coming over here asking me to help you save your house? You got a big diamond ring on your finger.
Right.
Your husband has a $100,000 Harley Davidson motorcycle. So now we're too embarrassed and we don't know. We're not willing to give these things up, most likely. Mm-hmm. So that's why so many people end up homeless. So we do have a new face of homelessness, by the way. A lot of people back in the days I remember back in the day when I would see homeless, we would know that that's Mr. Johnson. Remember, he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
He's destroying his life through the alcohol. Or when crack cocaine came out, we know that's Betty right there. She started doing that crack, lost everything. Mm-hmm. So we knew back then that those people were homeless, and we knew why. Right. Now, because of gentrification, we got whole families that are homeless.
Yeah,
and we got people who get up every morning. They have tents, beautiful tents on the street, up under the freeway, under the overpass, in between the freeways. They get up, get their families together, the husband, the wife, and the 2 children. They zip their tent up. They go out to the 24-hour fitness and take showers and change clothes, and they educate their children. Do not tell your teacher where we live.
Right.
Don't say nothing about where we live, because social services will come and take you guys from us because they know we can't afford to take care of you guys because we're homeless. So they get back in their BMWs, their Cadillacs and whatever, and they go off to work. Drop the children off at school and they go to work. That's the new face of homelessness. Yeah. And these people are most likely sometimes have degrees. For the most part, they have degrees because they can't pay a high mortgage. Their mortgage just went from $1,000 to $4,000, and they owe student loans. Right. So this is how a lot of people end up homeless, because we can't come in, because a person like me, you want to borrow $5,000, but yet you got a better car than I do. I'm not going to loan you $5,000. Why don't you sell that car first? Oh, well, it's a lease, TJ. I can't. It's like, wow. So now there's a need for us to talk about money and finance, which is this is what I do for a living. Teach people about things that we're supposed to do, things that we're supposed to stay away from.
Wow. This is some good stuff. Ooh-wee. I have a question. So what do you think about, because I'm seeing this a lot as I go back into my old neighborhood, I'm noticing that a lot of more people want to sell those homes. And of course it's because they're worth, way more than what they bought in the beginning. But do you think that that's a good idea, that families sell their like childhood homes for profit?
It's not a good idea, because the land that those houses sit on are valuable. The cities and where we grew, I don't know where you grew. I grew up in Compton.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. Compton in the
Compton
house
in the
over here.
house.
See that?
That's what's up.
See how the university pulls us together. We're coming together to give y'all some information to let y'all know how to save us.
Yeah.
So where we grew up in Compton, they put this big cloud over Compton. It's bad. Stay away. Don't come here. You don't never want to be in Compton, But yet the real estate is so expensive. The taxes are the highest in the nation. And most importantly thing about Compton is there are a lot of wealthy, very successful people that come from Compton, and they know that.
Absolutely.
And they want Compton. So just like we go to Beverly Hills and we ride around and look at celebrity homes, you go to Compton and ride around and look at, this is where Ice Cube used to live at. This is where Eazy-E. This is where Suge Knight. This is where Venus and Serena lived. And they'll actually be back filming that movie of their life story right here in that Compton golf course, tennis course, or whichever, tennis court. But people, the gentrifiers, you guys know who I'm talking about, people who come into our communities that don't look like us, that want to push us out, they know that Venus and Serena lived here. Yeah. They know that all these famous celebrities lived here, and they're buying these houses up. And
even George Bush, let me add that. He lived in Compton on Santa Fe for at least 1 year.
There are a lot of famous people from Compton. There are a lot of wealthy people that came from Compton that ain't never rapped or sung or was in no movies or nothing. Just straight up business people, you know.
Like us.
Like us, exactly. I own Express Gold Plating, Motor Suspension, and Compton Wire Wheel. I pioneered the lowriding empire, helped to make a lot of people very successful. So people like me come from Compton and are very strong in Compton. Like I'm an advisor to the Compton School District. I go there. Matter of fact, we'll be taking the young people on a field trip. I'm an advisor to the Compton School District, but I go to my school, Centennial High School, where I graduated from, and I take them on field trips and things like that.
I'm a tar bag.
See, we not supposed to be getting along, but y'all see here, we getting along, y'all. We communicating, so don't believe these things people say about us.
Right.
But they see the value in our neighborhood. So what happens is the reason why people sell. She asked, "Do I think they should sell their houses?" I think they shouldn't sell their houses. Here's why. Here's why they shouldn't be selling their houses. Because the weather in California and South Central Los Angeles is the best weather in America. I've been to I've been to 22 states actually. And out of all those states, I'll be like, I can't wait to get back home.
Same here.
All my friends have big, giant, beautiful homes. Yeah. But it's like, I am not going to give up the sun. Like, I'm looking at the ocean right now. I'm looking at how beautiful it is outside.
Where we are. I'm sorry, but I just had to jump in there on that because this view is beautiful.
Yeah, California.
Maybe we'll show y'all later.
It's hard to give up a good life. I'll pass on a 6,000 square feet with granite and jacuzzi bathtubs and all of that great stuff, but no beach to go to. Gotta be careful how I get dressed. The weather's terrible. They're like, TJ, bring some flip flops, bring some raincoat, bring some heavy sweaters and an umbrella. And some shorts too. Right. Because you don't never know what the weather's going to be like. But isn't it the summer? They be like, what about it? It rains in the summer. I'm like, what? It poured down raining out of nowhere. So my point is, family, they get 4 seasons out of state, and those seasons have become worse, and everybody's trying to fall back to California. Wealthy people. Yeah. Whenever people get money, whenever a basketball player gets a big contract, a football player, a celebrity, actor, a rapper, when they get their first big check, when they start making real money, they all want to move to California because of the weather, family. So now you're looking at gentrification is coming because people are making more money now. We are living in the ages of the internet. We're looking at, like, she has this amazing YouTube channel that you guys make sure y'all follow and subscribe. She has this amazing YouTube channel. When YouTube came out and created this platform to where we can have our own TV shows, talk shows, it leveled the playing field. We no longer need to wait for a venture capitalist to fund us and loan us some money or invest in us. We can just do it ourselves, get a Kickstarter, and raise $1 million off of 1 million of our friends, and everybody give us $1 a piece. And next thing you know, we got this amazing talk show sitting here at the house and doing big things. So they don't like that. So fast forward the story, it's plenty of money floating around now to where people are quitting their jobs and all of this. So now the tech gurus are making more money, and they're in Silicon Valley. They've decided real estate is so expensive in Silicon Valley to where now they're going to move it down here to make it Silicon Beach. Well, you got Elon Musk in Hawthorne, California. One of the wealthiest men on the planet is in Hawthorne, California. The middle of the black community, flying private jets in there like crazy, in and out of there. You got Google less than 15 miles away. Now you got all of these super wealthy, ultra elite, all within 20 minutes of each other and surrounding the black communities, and it's like cancer. They're just growing, growing, and they want all of our houses. So now they're going door to door asking people, do you want to sell your house? Now, of course, people are interested in selling their houses because they came back into the school districts back in the days and they pulled all the trades out. So now you got a lot of people who got houses who have a lot of housing problems. You know, they got the window don't close properly, the doors don't close properly, the back fence is falling down, the bathroom toilet's not flushing properly,
Right.
and then there's a leak. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't forget the sink in the kitchen's leaking, the sink in the bathroom's leaking. So now this whole house is falling apart because whenever we bring someone over to fix our houses or do any type of repairs, immediately they're like, oh, it's going to be $1,000 because they're going to give you a quote on something that they know you can't afford it. So, of course, these repairs start adding up. So I always say your average homeowner has between $5,000 to $50,000 worth of home repairs that need to be done. I've been in people's, especially our single black women, they make up a majority of our homeowners.
Right.
So you're not going to see a sister over here taking off of work from her job and taking off time from her children to go figure out how to fix this sink or fix this bathroom or go out there and fix that back gate. Nor can she afford to take a day off to wait for someone to come out and give an estimate. And see, it's designed, most of these people only work Monday through Friday because they know you need us on the weekends, so they don't want to work on the weekends.
Right.
So it's just a strategy. But my point is, when they pulled the trades out of the schools, they eliminated young black men like myself who, my mom didn't have those problems. She knows TJ gonna fix anything. He's had the plumbing. I mean, TJ's had the wood shop. He's had the metal shop, the mechanic shop, all of that stuff. By the time I was graduated from the 12th grade, I knew it all.
Already handy.
I was good. And the brothers on the street, the older gentlemen, TJ, can you come over here and help me change the tire? TJ, can you come over here and help me clean my garage? Now I'm learning things. I'm learning how to do stuff, you know. But now it's like
Renaissance man, y'all.
yeah, no, it was all of us. We all knew this stuff back in the days. All of our older generation, like I'm 48 years old, so the people, me and above, we all had trades. Now they don't have any trades anymore, so the young men don't know how to do anything. They're helpless pretty much. You know, I'm sorry, they know how to play video games. They know how to watch football and baseball and all that stuff. You know.
Okay, but where does that come from? Where does that start?
Where does the sports stuff come from?
With for as the young men nowadays don't know anything.
Schools. When
Let's
they pulled
speak
the
on
trade,
that.
when they pulled the trades out of the schools, it really crippled the black community in a major way.
Do you think that because in a lot of black households, and I wouldn't just say black households, but because I'm not going to just put that on black men. I think that overall, you know, there's a lot of fathers that are not in their children's life. Period.
That's
But
a
do you
new
think
trend.
that-
That's a new trend, though.
Yeah.
That's new. That's only what 20 years old, becoming popular 20 years ago.
Right.
So currently now, yes,
Do you think that they play a big part with a lot of our young men?
absolutely, it's a pivotal role.
Okay.
My stepfather got on drugs when I was 12 years old, probably, and he left. And I know there's a lot of things left. You know, when he left, it was that okay, I'm getting to the point where I'm noticing women. I'm getting to the point where, you know, I want to make some money. I want to, you know, you guys let me walk out the house at 9. Okay, I need to learn some stuff about what's going on outside of the gate, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, I was supposed to learn that stuff from my stepfather,
Okay.
you know,
Wow. Yeah, I think
or
that
my
that
dad, you know.
yeah, plays a big part because I always feel like women can love their sons and, you know, nurture them and things like that, but they can't really teach them how to be a man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that when a lot of young boys don't have that father figure or somebody around, an uncle that, you know, stepped in or a mentor or something like that, they're kind of like trying to figure it out there and on their own.
Absolutely. And let's talk about that. What does it take to be a man? A man should know how to fix the sink. A man should know how to fix the dryer when something goes wrong with it. When mama call, we supposed to know something about it. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be there to make sure mama is okay.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the man's job. Now we've taken that away and said, no, a man has a college degree. We want all our babies to have a degree, and that's all they need in the world. You know, no. Before he even get to college, before he even get out of high school, there are some basic requirements that young black men should have.
Yeah,
and we should know what a screwdriver look like. Mm-hmm. We should know about what a toolbox, a fill up, a wrench, a hammer. We should know how to use. We should know what they are and how to use them, because these are things that mama needs help with.
Right.
Mama say this toilet is leaking or this car didn't start this morning. We supposed to know, go get the toolbox and let's figure something out. Mama say her door handle on her closet don't open no more. Go get the screwdriver. We know, we supposed to know this stuff by 10 and 12 years old. We supposed to be fixing stuff. My mama told me, she said, if you want a phone in your room, you need to go figure it out, because I ain't got no money. That was her favorite thing. I don't have no money. You don't need, no, I'm sorry. Her favorite thing was say, you don't need that. But that was her fancy way of saying, I don't have the money for that. So I remember I took my little fancy screwdriver and I went and took that plate off of the wall in my room, and I'm looking at, didn't know what the heck I was looking at. It was just a bunch of wires and plastic and screws. And then I'm like, okay, it's a red wire, yellow wire, green wire, blue wire. Okay, all of them, not one of them wire hanging off. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. So then I went and took my mama's off, and I said, oh, she got the same wires. But guess what? All of her wires were connected. I said, that green wire is not connected in my room. So I went in my room and connected that green wire. And sure enough, my phone worked. My mama came home from work. So where's TJ? Oh, he's been in the room on his phone all day. You know what I'm saying?
You done figured it out.
I done figured it out. So, and if I didn't figure it out, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to make it worse than it was. But now you can pay somebody to come fix it, you know?
Right.
But at least I tried. I learned, you know? And I was very successful probably 80-90% of the time. You know?
You sound like one of them people that's just going to figure it out. Like, I'm
gonna
going to
figure
get
it
it
out.
done. It's going
I ain't going to even ask you.
It's always, something that can be done to get it done.
You know what's funny? Someone brought to my attention. They said, do you know that's what the word handsome comes from?
What's that?
Handsome. You know what handsome really means?
I mean, for me, just a man, look nice.
If you look in the dictionary, most people think I'm handsome. He looks good. He's dressed nice. He got a nice shirt on. He's handsome. But that's not where that came from. Hands-on definition in the dictionary is a person that's hands-on with his tools. So he's hands-on. That's where handsome comes from. By being hands-on and fix stuff. Okay. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. That's
what
I
done learned something.
So sister be like, he handsome. I'm like, no, he ain't. He don't know nothing about no tools. He ain't even fixing his car.
He don't even know how to change his oil.
Yeah, he can't even change his oil. His tire leaking. How do we pump?
It's telling him the pressure is down right there on the little dash.
Yeah, he talking about what is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, brother, you need a tire. You need to put some air in your tire. That's what that light is for. Like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even know how to pop your trunk? Where's your you got a spare tire right here, brother.
Right.
You coming over here flossing in your $50,000 car, but you don't even know how to change the flat or where your spare tire is, you know? Not trying to be talking bad about people, but it's really dismantling and hurting our communities.
Yeah.
Because that is a multi-trillion-dollar industry calling someone saying, can you come fix this? Mm-hmm. And that's really hurting our communities, because now that gentrification is here, the houses are becoming more expensive. So when our house was worth $150,000 and that toilet in the bathroom was leaking, you can get somebody over there to fix it for $50. But now that your neighborhood is being gentrified and this house is worth $700,000, you don't want to call nobody to come ask to quote you a price on fixing the toilet in the $700,000 house. It's no longer $50 no more. How about $1,200 to come fix that leaking toilet? You know, it gets expensive. So any type of repairs is expensive, and there goes the need for us to be in the trades again, because now you look at all these numbers of how many people are out of work, how many are young black men with college degrees. We're at over 90% of our college educated students cannot find work, or they're underemployed. They're unemployed or underemployed because they got these degrees weighing them down and they can't find a job. So this is why they're taking these jobs paying $40,000, $30,000. Some of them are even going to McDonald's to work because something is better than nothing. Yeah. But here's the problem with that. We got so much work. There is so much work in construction right now because of gentrification. They're redeveloping the whole country. Every major city in America, I did 22 states so far. Every major city in America has massive amounts of construction and not enough people to do the work. They're bringing foreigners in from overseas. to come in here and swing hammers and work screwdrivers and wrenches and things like that, work on our cars and help build these houses. But yet all of these black men are standing in the unemployment lines, taking less, but no one's directing them to, hey, you should learn how to hang TVs on the wall. There's a free class at Home Depot. There's a free class at Lowe's that'll teach you how to hang a TV on the wall, teach you how to hang a ceiling fan, teach you how to put tile on the floor. All of these classes are free at Lowe's because they're saying there's not enough people to do it, so we'll teach you how to do it free so we can make some money selling you the stuff.
Right.
You know, so now, again, houses, neighborhoods are being gentrified. So now you got the cost of labor is sky high because there's not enough people to do the work. So where I would charge a person $100 to hang a TV on the wall, now I'm more like $200 or $300. And the TVs are getting bigger too. Now, oh, you got an 85-inch TV you want me to hang on the wall?
Right.
Give me $500. Oh, you say you got 4 of them. Oh, okay. Well, okay. You want 4? Oh, wait a minute. You just moved to Palmdale and bought this big house. You got 10 TVs you want me to hang? You got 1 in the master bedroom, 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the den, 1 in the dining. Or your little sign in the front yard saying, "Oh, I'm TJ's TV installer. I put my sign in your front yard." Now all of a sudden your neighbors is like, "Hey, can you come hang my TVs? How much did you charge? Can we get a block discount?" You know. So it's like money to be made, and then you turn around and you know what I was looking at the other day. I was looking at the fact that we got so many very wealthy celebrities, right? Football players, baseball players, basketball players, tennis players, golf players, rappers, entertainers, celebrities, actors. I'm talking about all of them got a house worth $2 or $3 million. So all of them are talking about hanging Shark Tanks in the house. Got lions outside, dog kennels. Got all of these fancy things. Talking about, oh, I bought the house for $14 million and then I dumped another $2 million in it. Who do you think are getting these jobs? Upgrading these celebrity houses. So where I was a celebrity car builder, building lowriders for famous rappers and singers and stuff like that for videos, I became a 6 and 7 figure a year earner easily just building the cars. But I very often have people tell me things like, well, TJ, I'm going to bring you the rest of your money to finish those cars once I finish my Shark Tank. I owe a guy $100 grand to hang a Shark Tank. I got all these Rottweilers in my backyard because we training dogs. So I owe a guy another $120,000 to come out here and put kennels in my backyard. Or I'm finna spend $3 million remodeling my 30,000 square foot mansion. And they looking at me like, do you know how to do that? Do you know anybody? And I'm sitting there thinking all my friends got college degrees and, you know what I'm saying, they all going off to get degrees. But here I am amongst celebrities and athletes selling them their cars, having conversations, and they're telling me about all this money they're paying people who don't look like us, who don't have a degree.
That part, though.
They don't have degrees, but you just cut a guy a check for $2 million to go over there and upgrade your mansion that you just bought from Spike Lee, hypothetically speaking. You know what I'm saying? And it just blows my mind that when I talk to us, it's either college or die. It's you gonna fail in life if you ain't got a degree. And I'm just looking at him like, that's not true. That's not true because I just saw a guy cut a check for $2 million to go in there and upgrade his house because he wanted to put these 4 cars I sold him. So he built a brand new garage, a man cave in his backyard for $2 million because he wanted to put 14 cars back there.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, wow, this guy laying concrete got a check for $100,000. The guy who framed it got a check for $100,000. The guy who put up the plumbing in the building got a check for $100,000. The guy who came in and hung the TVs on the wall got a check because he put 30 TVs in the garage, you know? And I'm just sitting there. None of these guys look like me. And none of them got a degree. And it just annoys me to hear someone make a statement and say, you go to college or you're going to fail.
Yeah. Speaking of, because we touched on so much so far, and I really do appreciate you for taking your time to sit down with me and just, talk to my viewers and just come on my YouTube channel because you could have said no.
I know.
But he didn't. Thank you.
We got to support all our businesses because I've been in business long enough, family, that I've been in business over 30 years, and I remember seeing people come in my shop with cutlasses and regals, struggling, begging me, TJ, can I bring you back the other $20? Now here we go 30 years later, they executives that own record labels, and they like, let TJ in because when I was broke, people like, oh, you was broke? Like, you the man. He was like, TJ used to let me slide, so put him first. TJ's the guy. Treat him right.
Like
And
they
I'm
say,
like,
it's all
treat
in how you
everybody
treat
right.
people.
Yeah,
You see
so
that?
so when she blowing
That's
up, got her big
serious.
TV show, I want her to remember me. You know what I'm saying? When
I
she
am.
bump Oprah for her spot and she take over, I want her
Move
to
over,
remember me.
Oprah. I love you, girl, but you know, your time almost up. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, she pulling that short, even shorter. No, she's serious. Oprah going after all our black men, but anyway, people don't like Oprah no more. Like, wait a minute, what's wrong? Leave the brothers alone.
Oprah better stay over there with Stedman and leave people alone. But yeah, I heard all the stuff been going on with her, but we don't want to. We that's a whole nother topic. Something you spoke on, and I want you to speak on that, and then we're gonna kind of wrap up our session.
Okay.
And that is the whole college. You're going to college. What black people always would say: you either gonna go to college or get a job.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna be sitting around here doing nothing.
I was one of those people. My mama told me I was in my mama's backyard building lowriders, y'all. I was flipping Cutlasses and Regals and building 64 Chevys in my mama's backyard, bringing about $5,000 or $6,000 a month in. And my mama told me, she said, "You back there building all them gang member cars and stuff like that, and you're not gonna keep doing. You gonna go to the military, you gonna go to college, or you gonna get out of my house because I want you to have a real job one day."
Real job.
You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, that $5,000 or $6,000 a month that I was making wasn't a lot of money, because my mom said she want me to get a real job, right? So that meant to me they must be making $15,000, $20,000 a month because I make 5 or 6 in my mom's backyard. So I remember I said, you know what? I like what I'm doing. I talked about it with my buddy. My buddy said, the worst thing to happen to you, you're going to end up a millionaire if you keep working on cars. So I kind of tend to take his word. And I found out later, I ended up moving out of my mama's house, and I found out, wow, $5,000 or $6,000 go a long way. I didn't know. So I did not know that I really had a lot of money. And that's the problem our young black men have. We buying these big rims and these tires and stuff, and we don't realize we could be buying houses with that same money. So anyway, getting back to the college thing, Mom told me, go to college. If you don't go, you're going to fail. You're not going to never get a real job unless you go to the military or college. So that told me people who go to college make money. But I looked at my family members, and everybody's borrowing money from me. I ain't go to college. I'm the car builder. Everybody's buying. Can I send you some money for your housing? Can I pay your student loans this month because they cut you off? Or can I pay to send you home for Christmas? And I'm like, you're gonna have to pay me back, you know. And the next thing you know, they coming home from school with all these degrees, and oh man, I got all these student loans. I'm paying $1,000 a month, and I ain't even found a job yet. And I'm like, I find out they don't make money.
No.
But then I find out when they do come home, $200,000 later, it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. Can you come over here and help me change this tire on the car? Oh, I don't know how. Can you come help me fix the car? I don't know how. Can you come help me hang? I don't know how. Well, what did you learn after 4.5 years? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started, y'all. I'm just saying, if you, as an investor, I always audit things. Okay, I made this stuff for the last year. Did I lose any money? Did I make money? I'm going to audit this and see if it's working out, because if it's not working out, I'm going to stop doing it. So after talking to so many people and I audit them, I realized it's not working out. Colleges don't pay like they say. So if we audited colleges clear across the country, people say, well, I met all my friends. I said, yes, you did meet all your friends, but you ain't met, all y'all broke. Oh,
Yeah,
well, my friend
I feel like it's a setup for immediately debt.
Yeah, it is. But what I look at is, I think it's like GMO. We were talking about food earlier. To me, college is like GMOs. Like, for example, if I say, go get some fruit. You know, I like to say I plant fruit all the time. I'm planting seeds. I'm always planting seeds. I'm planting seeds. So I planted some seeds over there, and look, they're growing, and now years later, I'm able to come back and get fruit and eat. I'm eating I'm reaping the benefits of the fruits of the seeds that I planted so long ago. So if I gave you some money to go to college, and you come home 5 years later, and I ask you for something, and you still struggling because you got student loans and you got all of this, and then I say, well, what can you teach these young men that they can do so that they can make some money too? Because we want them to get degrees too. And then you tell them, oh, I can help them fill out their applications. I can help them fill out a FAFSA loan. But you can't, no. I need you to teach them some stuff so that they can stop shooting each other and killing each other. Oh, I ain't found a job yet. Or I can't get them hired because I don't have it like that. They need to go to college, get their own degree. If they ain't got a degree, I can't do nothing for them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at myself with a trade, the day I learned how to change brakes on a car was the day I went home and told all my buddies, this is how y'all make money.
Mm-hmm.
Today, and after this, I need you to go over
Right
to
now,
this job.
money.
Right now. So every little thing, from changing tires, from hanging ceiling fans, from putting brick walls up and pushing the fences back up so they won't fall, I taught somebody, and they took that recipe, they took that seed, and they went and planted it everywhere, and everybody started eating. That's how I became the pioneer of the lowriding industry, because everything I learned, I transferred the wealth to someone else. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm making too much money building lowriders. I don't have time to mess with this tow truck stuff no more. Why don't you take over the tow truck stuff? And everybody that calls me, I'm going to send you. Mm-hmm. That is called seed. That is not GMO. That's real fruit.
Yeah.
That has seeds in it. You were giving, colleges give students fruits with no seed.
Right.
There's no future after this
that.
fruit. Once you eat that orange, it's done. That's the last orange. But when you got a trade, once you eat that orange, you got seeds in there to go plant to continue the situation.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Generational wealth.
Totally agree with everything he's saying, especially about college. Because like Warren Buffett said, college is a setup for debt. Mm-hmm. You have to go work for somebody else. It's not setting you up for generational wealth.
At all.
And, you know, y'all better listen to one of the richest men on this earth, Warren Buffett. If he said that college is a waste of time and he's a, billionaire now?
Multi-billionaire, probably a trillionaire.
Probably a trillionaire by now.
They ain't gonna tell us the truth.
But, you know, it makes sense. You know, so if you're not going to college to be a doctor or a lawyer or where you really need to be educated and have those degrees
we need those
to do that work, then it's just a waste of time. I always say, follow your passion. What are you passionate about doing in life? Mm-hmm. Because if whatever you're passionate about and you can turn it into a money-making opportunity, you're going to be more driven to get up and want to do that every day. Plus, you're going to work for yourself, build wealth, and you never have to go work for somebody else and build their empire. Build your own empire.
Let's talk about that real quick. Passionate. We got to stop saying, here, honey, here you go, son and daughter. Take this $200,000. Go do what you're passionate about. They may want, I really love books and I want to be a librarian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you $200,000 to go be a librarian.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I get that.
If it's not going to buy you a $1 million house in Compton where we grew up at, if you can't take over mama's house and get a loan for $1 million, then you don't need to be taking that.
Right.
You need to make sure whatever you take can afford, because remember, in California, in LA, if you make less than $120,000, you qualify for low income. See what I'm saying? So if you're not making over $150,000 to $200,000 in that passion, do not do it.
Well, absolutely, I agree. I mean, you can't have silly passions now. Your passion got to bring you some wealth. You know, you got to be making some money. Generational wealth. It can't be, just something that you just dreamed of that you really want to do, but it's not going to take you nowhere. It needs to really take you somewhere, to the next level, to the next step. So
right. It has to have a pathway to wealth building.
Pathway to wealth.
When people came and worked for me at my shop, no, I'm not paying you a lot of money, but you're going to leave here with the knowledge that you can go do your own thing.
Right. Absolutely.
Period.
Oh, well, we done came to the end of this session, and I had a good time. I hope, when you guys tuned in, you had a good time watching and listening to us and all this good information that he brought to you guys today. As you guys see today, I let him do most of the talking because I really wanted him to educate you guys on what's going on with the gentrification in our communities and as Black people as a whole. So we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank you again for what you're sitting here and talking with me. And this is Coach Tony Robinson, you guys, Certified Life Coach. You guys make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also hit that little button on the side so you can be notified whenever I bring up a video. And keep on coming back, y'all. And remember, subscribing is free. So go on and hit that button and follow him as well. On his YouTube channel.
Thomas TJ Loftin, Loftin.
And also, my email is CoachTonyRobinson@gmail.com. If you want to do any coaching sessions with me outside of, YouTube, hit me up as well, and I'll be happy to help you. All right, you guys. Bye for now.